Chapter 1. The Boy Genius. November 8th, 2022. Bahamas. Sam Bankman-Fried wakes up in his $40 million penthouse overlooking Paradise Island. Yesterday, his cryptocurrency exchange FTX was worth $32 billion. He was the second richest person under 30 in the world. Forbes called him the next Warren Buffett. This morning, he's about to discover he has less than $1 billion in actual money. $8 billion is missing. By tonight, FTX will be bankrupt. By tomorrow, federal agents will be booking flights to the Bahamas. By next week, customers who trusted him with their life savings will realize their money is gone. But right now, Sam is still trying to figure out where the hell $8 billion went. The missing money didn't disappear overnight. It had been flowing out of customer accounts for almost 2 years, into Sam's other company, into political donations, into a $100 million spending spree that included private jets, luxury homes, and donations to anyone Sam thought could help him become more powerful. The customers never knew. Their account balances showed their money was safe. Just like those Iranian engineers staring at screens showing their centrifuges were fine. While you were watching Netflix or scrolling Instagram, a 30-year-old with messy hair and shorts was moving your money around without asking. Not just your money. Tom Brady's money, Gisele Bündchen's money, pension funds, retirement accounts, money that teachers had saved for 20 years, money that college kids had borrowed against their future. All of it flowing into private accounts, controlled by one person who thought the rules didn't apply to him. Cryptocurrency was the technology. The theft was ancient, taking other people's money and spending it like it's yours. For almost 3 years, it worked perfectly, until it didn't. One person destroyed $40 billion in a matter of days, sent shockwaves through Washington, Silicon Valley, and every major bank in the world. His name was Sam Bankman-Fried. And he convinced everyone he was a genius right up until the moment they realized he was a thief. March 1992, Stanford University Hospital. Barbara Fried, a Stanford law professor, gives birth to her second child. She and her husband Joe, also a Stanford professor, name him Samuel. From the moment Sam can walk, he's different. Not just smart, obsessive. He fixates on things most kids ignore. Baseball statistics, video game strategies, mathematical patterns that keep him awake until 3 in the morning, working through calculations on notebook paper. His parents are brilliant academics. Joe studies tax law and ethics. Barbara researches legal philosophy. Dinner conversations sound like graduate seminars. The kids don't just learn facts, they learn how to think about thinking. Sam absorbs this, plus something else, the idea that if you're smart enough, you can figure out better ways to do anything, including things that other people think are fixed. 2010. MIT. Sam's freshman roommate later described living with him as sharing a room with the computer that never shut down. Sam doesn't sleep on any recognizable schedule. He'll work on problem sets for 14 hours straight, take a nap, wake up and start again. His side of the room looks like a paper mill exploded. By sophomore year, Sam has switched to a double major in physics and mathematics. Not because physics wasn't challenging enough, because he's discovered something more interesting than theoretical equations. Practical applications. Sam starts reading about effective altruism, a movement that uses data to figure out how to do maximum good in the world. Instead of donating to charities that make you feel good, you calculate which ones actually save the most lives per dollar. Sam takes this further. He asks a different question. What's the most efficient way to make money to donate? 2014. Jane Street Capital, Manhattan. Sam's answer to that question leads him to a trading firm that uses mathematics and algorithms to make money on tiny price differences across financial markets. Jane Street isn't typical Wall Street. No suits, no corporate hierarchy, no schmoozing clients over expensive dinners. Just very smart people with very powerful computers trying to outsmart other very smart people. Sam fits in immediately. Jane Street trades on speed and information. When Apple stock costs $100 in New York but 101 cents in London, Jane Street's computers buy and sell faster than human traders can blink. The profit is tiny, fractions of a cent, but millions of trades per day turns fractions into serious money. Sam learns something more important than how this works. He learns that markets aren't rational. They're collections of people making decisions based on incomplete information, emotions, and patterns they think they recognize. Be faster or smarter or have better information than other people? You can make a lot of money very quickly. Sam files this lesson away. 2017. Sam quits Jane Street. He's made good money, enough to donate hundreds of thousands to effective altruism causes. But he's spotted a much bigger opportunity. Cryptocurrency. Not because he believes Bitcoin will change the world. Sam approaches crypto like everything else, as an optimization problem. Bitcoin trades for different prices on different exchanges around the world. $7,000 in the United States, $8,000 in Japan, $9,000 in South Korea. Same asset, different prices. Huge spreads. To someone trained at Jane Street, this looks like the most obvious arbitrage opportunity in human history. Sam and two Jane Street colleagues move to Berkeley, rent a house, and start Alameda Research. The name doesn't mean anything. Sam just liked how it sounded. The strategy is simple. Buy Bitcoin where it's cheap, sell where it's expensive, keep the difference. The execution is harder. Moving money between cryptocurrency exchanges in different countries means navigating banking regulations, currency controls, and transfer systems never designed for the amount Sam wants to move. Some days, his team physically carries bags of cash to Hong Kong banks to buy Bitcoin, then immediately transfers it to other exchanges to sell. But it works. First year, tens of millions in profit. Sam is 25. He's running a fund generating returns most hedge funds can only dream about. He's donating millions to charity. He's being invited to conferences where people twice his age ask for his advice. Just getting started. Sam realizes something that will shape everything that comes next. The crypto world is full of smart people, but not people who understand traditional finance. Most crypto traders are tech enthusiasts or libertarian idealists. They understand the technology. They don't understand risk management, liquidity, or market-making strategies Sam learned at Jane Street. There's an opportunity to build the first cryptocurrency exchange that actually works like a professional trading platform. Professional interface, advanced trading tools, reliable infrastructure that doesn't crash when Bitcoin moves quickly. customer service that responds. Sounds boring. In crypto, basic competence is a competitive advantage. 2019, FTX goes live. Sam doesn't launch in the United States. US cryptocurrency regulations are a maze. Getting approval takes years. Sam doesn't want to wait. He incorporates FTX in Antigua and Barbuda, a small Caribbean nation where crypto regulations are simpler, and regulators want fintech businesses. The exchange serves customers everywhere except the United States. Almost immediately, FTX starts gaining market share. Crypto traders used to exchanges that crashed during high-volume periods discover FTX actually stays online. Customer support responds within hours instead of weeks. The trading interface works like a professional platform instead of a badly designed video game. Word spreads. Trading volume grows. Revenue flows in. By end of 2019, FTX processes billions in trading volume monthly. Sam generates enough profit to sustain both his lifestyle and his donating goals. But FTX's success creates a problem. Sam controls two companies, FTX, the exchange, and Alameda Research, the trading fund. FTX holds customer money. Alameda trades. There's supposed to be a wall between them. Customer funds stay in customer accounts. They're not supposed to be used for anything else. Sam knows this rule exists. He decides it doesn't apply to him. The thinking makes sense to Sam. Alameda Research generates extraordinary returns, much higher than customers get if their money just sits in FTX accounts earning zero interest. Borrow some customer money to fund Alameda's trades, generate enough profit to pay customers back, plus a substantial bonus. Everyone wins. Customers get higher returns. Sam gets more capital. The charities he supports get more donations. Simple arrangement. Customers deposit money in FTX. Sam lends some to Alameda. Alameda makes profitable trades. Profits get split between customer bonuses and charitable donations. One problem. Sam doesn't tell customers about this arrangement. Their account balances show full deposits. They have no idea their money's being used for anything other than their own trading. 2020. First year of the customer money for Alameda trading system goes well. Markets rise. Alameda's trades profit. Sam can pay back customer funds whenever anyone wants to withdraw. Customer balances stay accurate. No one suspects anything. Sam scales up. Instead of borrowing a few million in customer funds, he borrows tens of millions, then hundreds of millions. Still works fine. Crypto markets boom. Bitcoin goes from $10,000 to $60,000. Institutional investors start buying cryptocurrency for the first time. The entire market grows from hundreds of billions to over $2 trillion in total value. Alameda Research, with its access to customer funds, captures a huge share of this growth. Sam's net worth grows from millions to hundreds of millions to billions. Forbes puts him on its cover. He speaks at conferences alongside Treasury secretaries and Federal Reserve chairmen. Politicians take his calls. Sam moves to the Bahamas, buys a $40 million penthouse, hires dozens of staff, starts a foundation giving away hundreds of millions per year. 30 years old. Controls two companies worth tens of billions combined. One of the biggest political donors in America. Everything works perfectly. Right up until it doesn't. October 2022. Sam wakes up to discover crypto markets have been falling for 6 months straight. Bitcoin down from 60,000 to 20,000. Most other cryptocurrencies have fallen further. Not unusual. Crypto markets are volatile. Sam has navigated downturns before, but this is different. Not just crypto prices falling, institutional investors pulling money out altogether, trading volumes dropping, customers wanting to withdraw funds from exchanges like FTX to move money back to traditional assets. Sam checks Alameda Research's positions. His stomach drops. The fund has borrowed about $8 billion in customer money from FTX. Most invested in cryptocurrency and crypto-related assets that have now fallen 50% or more in value. For the first time since he started this arrangement, Sam realizes he might not be able to pay customer money back. At least not all of it, at least not immediately. But customers don't know that. Their FTX accounts still show full balances. They still think they can withdraw whenever they want. Sam stares at his screen for 20 minutes. Runs the numbers again. Same result. $8 billion short. He has a choice. Tell customers what actually happened to their money, or figure out a way to replace the missing funds before anyone notices. Sam chooses option 2. He starts making calls to investors, trying to raise emergency funding, starts liquidating Alameda positions, trying to generate cash, explores every option to bridge the $8 billion gap between what customers think they have and what Sam actually has. For 3 weeks, it looks like this might work. Then someone leaks Alameda Research's balance sheet to a reporter. The $8 billion becomes public knowledge, and Sam's world starts collapsing in real time. November 2nd, 2022, CoinDesk Newsroom, New York City. Ian Allison stares at a document that just landed in his inbox. Someone leaked Alameda Research's balance sheet. He reads through the numbers once, then again, then a third time, slower, because what he's seeing doesn't make sense. Alameda Research, Sam Bankman-Fried's trading fund, owns $3 billion worth of FTT tokens. FTT is FTX's own cryptocurrency, created by Sam's own exchange, printed by Sam himself. Alameda's entire asset base is built on tokens that Sam basically invented out of thin air. It's like a casino using its own poker chips as collateral for loans from other casinos. Allison starts making phone calls. 4,000 miles away, in his Bahamas penthouse, Sam's phone rings. Caroline Ellison, CEO of Alameda Research, also Sam's on and off girlfriend, also one of 3 people on Earth who knows exactly how much customer money has disappeared from FTX accounts. Sam picks up. "How bad?" he asks. No greeting. Silence for 2 seconds. $8 billion. Maybe more. Still running numbers. Sam sets the phone down without hanging up. Walks to the window. Paradise Island sits below him. Turquoise water, white sand, everything exactly as it looked yesterday. Everything looks exactly the same. $8 billion in customer money. Gone. He stands at the window for a long time. The scheme had been so simple. FTX customers deposited money thinking it would stay in their accounts until they decided to trade or withdraw. Instead, Sam had been quietly moving billions to Alameda Research. No contracts, no payment schedules, no documentation, no oversight, no limits. Just customer money flowing from FTX accounts into Alameda accounts. Sam told himself this was fine because Alameda always generated more than enough profit to pay customers back. For almost 2 years, that was true. Alameda's trading strategies generated returns of 20 30, sometimes 50% annually. Sam could borrow customer money, make enormous profits, pay everything back, and pocket the difference. But by late 2022, those strategies had stopped working. Cryptocurrency arbitrage opportunities disappeared as markets became more efficient. Alameda started making larger, riskier bets, betting on specific cryptocurrencies going up, betting on token launches, betting on ventures that had nothing to do with the systematic trading that had made the fund successful. Most of those bets lost money. By November, Alameda owed FTX $8 billion in customer funds. Alameda's assets were worth maybe $4 billion. Even if Sam liquidated everything immediately, he'd be $4 billion short. He'd been hoping markets would recover before anyone noticed. They didn't. November 2nd, 4 p.m. Eastern. Allison's article goes live on CoinDesk. Within an hour, it's trending everywhere. Cryptocurrency traders dissect Alameda's balance sheet line by line. The conclusions are unanimous. Alameda Research is effectively bankrupt. Its assets are mostly FTT tokens. Tokens created by FTX, controlled by Sam. The fund has borrowed billions against collateral that Sam can manipulate or destroy at will. But the truly explosive part isn't Alameda's balance sheet. It's what Alameda's balance sheet implies about FTX. If Alameda owes money it can't repay, and that money came from FTX customer accounts, then FTX customer accounts are empty. 6 p.m. Bahamas. Sam's phone won't stop. Customers want to know if their money is safe. Employees want to know if they still have jobs. Investors want to know if the company they valued at $32 billion still exists. Sam posts on Twitter, FTX is fine, assets are fine, we're not insolvent, customer funds are not at risk. Every sentence is false. But Sam has been telling these lies to himself for so long that he almost believes them. He types the words, and something in his brain insists they're true. FTX isn't fine. Assets aren't fine. They are insolvent. Customer funds are gone. The tweet buys him maybe 6 hours. November 3rd, 9 a.m. Changpeng Zhao, CZ, CEO of Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange and FTX's biggest competitor, posts one tweet. Due to recent revelations, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books. Binance owns roughly $2 billion worth of FTT tokens, all of them hitting the market at once. FTT tokens are the main collateral holding up Alameda Research's balance sheet. Flood the market with them, the price crashes. Alameda's collateral becomes worthless. The gap between what Sam owes and what he can pay becomes impossible to hide. Sam calls CZ directly. You're going to destroy both companies, Sam says. Should have thought about that before you borrowed customer money, CZ says. The line goes dead. FTT tokens start falling, 20%. 30, 40. FTX, customers notice the price drop and start asking questions. Rumors spread that FTX might be insolvent. Withdrawal requests spike from normal levels to 10 times normal. FTX starts delaying withdrawals, citing technical issues. The delays become denials. FTX stops processing customer withdrawals entirely. Caroline Ellison posts a Twitter thread offering to buy all of Binance's FTT tokens at $22 each. Current market price, $18 and falling. This makes everything worse. Caroline's offer confirms Alameda is desperate to prop up FTT prices, which confirms Alameda's solvency depends on FTT staying high. which confirms what everyone already suspects. Customer money funded all of it. Crowds start gathering outside FTX headquarters in Nassau. Sam spends November 4th on the phone with anyone who might have $8 billion. Saudi sovereign wealth funds, family offices, other cryptocurrency exchanges, private equity firms. He pitches the same story to everyone. FTX is fundamentally sound. This is just a liquidity crisis. Anyone who invests now will make enormous returns when markets stabilize. No one believes him. Some calls end politely. Others end before Sam finishes his first sentence. A few investors who had considered previous deals with FTX tell Sam they're glad they walked away. By evening, he's called everyone he can think of. Nothing. The company worth $32 billion on Monday is worth zero on Thursday. November 5th, around the world, FTX customers are discovering they can't access their money. Not delayed, not restricted, gone. Tom Brady checks his FTX account. $20 million, gone. Gisele Bündchen does the same. Millions in FTX equity and cryptocurrency, gone. But Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen will be fine. $20 million hurts. It doesn't ruin them. The real victims are people for whom this money was everything. A teacher in Ohio named Michelle had put her entire retirement savings, $312,000, into FTX accounts 18 months earlier. She'd been watching it grow, planning to retire in 4 years. She checks her account on the morning of November 5th. Zero. A 23-year-old student in Malaysia named Rafi had borrowed $40,000 against his future earnings to invest in cryptocurrency through FTX. He'd been making small monthly profits, enough to cover the loan interest with money left over. He opens his FTX app. Zero. A small business owner in Canada named David had kept $60,000 in payroll funds in FTX accounts because the interest rates were better than his bank. He has 40 employees expecting paychecks on Friday. Zero. Michelle, Rafi, David. Hundreds of thousands of people like them. Billions of dollars. All gone into the hole where Sam's trading profits were supposed to be. November 11th, Sam files for bankruptcy. FTX, Alameda Research, and over 100 related companies declare insolvency simultaneously. The filing reveals what customers had feared since November 3rd. More than $8 billion in customer funds are missing. John Ray, the bankruptcy expert appointed to manage FTX's collapse, the same man who handled Enron's bankruptcy, reads through FTX's financial records and says something he has never said about any company in his 40-year career. Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information. This is the man who cleaned up Enron. Let that land for a second. Sam keeps talking. Even with his company's bankrupt, even with federal investigators circling, Sam gives interviews, posts on Twitter, appears at conferences via video link. His message never changes. Mistake, not a crime. Liquidity crisis, not fraud. Bad luck, not theft. On December 9th, Royal Bahamas police arrive at his penthouse at dawn. Sam is asleep when they knock. He opens the door in the same rumpled t-shirt he wore to meetings with senators and Treasury officials. He looks at the officers, looks at the handcuffs, looks past them, at Paradise Island in the early morning light. He doesn't say anything. They cuff his hands behind his back and walk him to the car. His $40 million penthouse disappears behind him. The turquoise water catches the morning light exactly as it always has. Sam stares out the window during the drive. 8 counts of fraud. 7 counts of campaign finance violations. Conspiracy to commit money laundering. Over 100 years in prison, if convicted on all counts. The boy genius, who was going to save the world with mathematics, led away in handcuffs before sunrise. But here's what nobody talks about enough. Sam didn't just steal $8 billion. He destroyed something harder to rebuild than money. Every ordinary person who believed cryptocurrency could give them a financial future that traditional banks had denied them. Sam took that belief and burned it. Every person who thought that a young, brilliant, openly charitable founder was proof that the system could produce something different. Sam proved them wrong. He was the best possible advertisement for trusting the future. He turned out to be the oldest possible story. Smart guy. Other people's money. No consequences. Until the consequences arrived. And now, in a federal courtroom in Manhattan, Sam Bankman-Fried is about to discover that the one thing his mathematical mind never properly calculated was the one thing that was always going to matter most. What happens when the people you stole from get to watch you answer for it? October 3rd, 2023. Manhattan Federal Court, New York City. Sam Bankman-Fried walks into the courtroom in a suit that doesn't quite fit. His hair is slightly less messy than usual. Someone clearly made an effort. He sits down at the defendant's table, opens a notebook, and starts writing. Not notes about the case, mathematical equations. His lawyer leans over and says something. Sam nods without looking up, keeps writing. Everyone who meets Sam mentions this. Even here, facing over 100 years in federal prison, his brain is running calculations that have nothing to do with what's happening in front of him. The jury files in. Sam finally puts the pen down. Getting to this courtroom took 11 months. After his arrest in the Bahamas in December 2022, Sam was extradited to the United States and released on $25 million bail, the largest bail package in American history at that point. He went to live with his parents in Palo Alto, the same house he grew up in. Conditions: ankle monitor, limited internet for legal research only, no contact with former FTX employees. Sam violated the no-contact condition almost immediately. He reached out to Caroline Ellison through a shared Google Doc. Technically not direct contact. Technically not the internet in the way the bail conditions specified. The message was simple. They needed to coordinate their stories. Federal prosecutors found out within days. They went back to the judge and asked for Sam's bail to be revoked. Sam went to jail while awaiting trial. Even facing 100 years in prison, Sam couldn't stop looking for the angle. The government's case was straightforward. Prosecutors called Caroline Ellison to the stand first. She had already pleaded guilty to 7 criminal counts and agreed to cooperate in exchange for a reduced sentence. She sat in the witness box and told the jury what Sam had told her to do: borrow customer money from FTX to fund Alameda Research's trading. Keep alternative balance sheets ready to show lenders who asked questions. Maintain the fiction that Alameda and FTX were separate entities. Caroline's voice was flat and precise. No drama, no tears, just facts. Sam stared at his notebook while she testified. His lawyers had advised him not to react. He wrote equations. Then came Ryan Salami, Nishad Singh, Gary Wang, all former senior FTX employees, all cooperating witnesses, all telling the same story from different angles. Ryan Salami ran FTX's Bahamas operations. He testified about using customer money to make political donations that couldn't legally come from a corporation. Hundreds of millions of dollars flowing to candidates from both parties, structured to hide where it came from. Nishad Singh was FTX's chief engineer. He testified about the code he wrote at Sam's direction that gave Alameda research special privileges in FTX's system, a hidden backdoor that allowed Alameda to withdraw funds from customer accounts without triggering normal alerts. Gary Wang co-founded FTX with Sam. He testified about the day Sam told him what the backdoor was actually for. He told me Alameda needed to borrow from FTX to cover trading losses, Gary said. He said it was temporary. He said he would pay it back. Did he pay it back? The prosecutor asked. No, Gary said. Sam's defense team had one argument. Sam didn't steal anything. He made bad business decisions. He trusted people who let him down. He was running a company that grew too fast with inadequate risk management in a volatile market. When crypto prices collapsed, FTX collapsed with them. But collapse isn't crime. Reasonable argument. Financial collapses happen. Companies make bad decisions. Executives miscalculate risk. Not every bankruptcy is fraud. Then the prosecution played the recordings. In 2021, Sam had given a series of interviews to journalist Michael Lewis, who was writing a book about him. Sam didn't know the full extent of what he was confessing to. He thought he was giving background for a flattering profile. He was describing his crimes in his own words. The recordings played in court. Sam's voice relaxed and confident, explaining to Lewis how Alameda Research operated, how it had special access to FTX customer funds, how Sam thought of customer deposits as capital he could deploy, how the line between FTX money and Alameda money was, in Sam's words, more of a guideline than a rule. The courtroom went quiet. Sam's lawyers objected. The judge overruled them. Sam stared at the table. Sam took the stand in his own defense. Defendants in federal fraud cases almost never testify. The risk is too high, every answer can be used against you, and prosecutors are very good at turning your own words into evidence. Sam testified anyway. For 3 days, he sat in the witness box and answered questions, precise, mathematical, occasionally condescending. He explained complex cryptocurrency concepts to the jury with the patience of someone who has explained things to slow students before. His lawyers asked him about the customer funds. I believed Alameda had sufficient collateral to cover its borrowing from FTX, Sam said. I was wrong about that. But being wrong isn't the same as stealing. Then, prosecutor Danielle Sassoon stood up. The cross-examination lasted 2 days. Sassoon had spent 11 months preparing for this moment. She had read every email Sam had ever sent, every text message, every Slack message recovered from FTX's servers, every line of code Gary Wang had written at Sam's direction. She walked Sam through it all, methodically, one document at a time. An email from 2021, where Sam told Carolyn to increase Alameda's borrowing limit from $1 billion to $65 billion. Sam's own words, in his own email. A text message from November 3rd, 2022, the day after Allison's article ran, where Sam told a colleague that he knew FTX didn't have enough liquidity to cover customer withdrawals. An internal spreadsheet showing Sam had personally reviewed Alameda's balance sheet. The one showing the $8 billion hole 3 weeks before FTX collapsed. 3 weeks. Sam had known for 3 weeks that customer money was gone. And he had spent those 3 weeks telling customers their funds were safe. "Did you know the funds weren't there?" Sassoon asked. Sam looked at her, then at the jury, then down at his hands. 1 second, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The courtroom was completely silent. A juror in the second row leaned forward slightly. Sam's mother in the gallery stopped breathing. "Yes," Sam said quietly, almost to himself. The jury wrote that down. Every single one of them. The verdict came on November 2nd, 2023. Exactly 1 year after Ian Allison's article destroyed FTX, Sam sat at the defendant's table in his ill-fitting suit. His parents were in the front row of the gallery. Barbara Fried, the law professor. Joe Bankman, the tax ethics expert. They had flown to New York for every day of the trial. Barbara's hands were folded in her lap, white-knuckled. Joe stared straight ahead at nothing. The jury foreperson stood up. Count 1, wire fraud against customers. Guilty. Barbara closed her eyes. Count 2, wire fraud against lenders. Guilty. Count 3, securities fraud against investors. Guilty. Count 4, commodities fraud. Guilty. Joe reached for Barbara's hand. Count 5, money laundering. Guilty. Count 6, campaign finance fraud. Guilty. Count 7, bank fraud conspiracy. Guilty. Sam wrote something in his notebook. Nobody could see what it was. His hand didn't shake. Sentencing came 6 months later, March 28, 2024. The prosecution asked for 40 to 50 years. Sam's lawyers asked for 5 to 6 years, arguing that Sam had acted recklessly but not maliciously, and that his charitable giving demonstrated genuine good character. Judge Lewis Kaplan had read every victim statement submitted to the court. Hundreds of them. Michelle, the teacher from Ohio. Rafi, the student from Malaysia. David, the business owner from Canada. And hundreds like them from every country FTX had operated in. Before announcing the sentence, Judge Kaplan looked directly at Sam. The defendant knew what he was doing was wrong. Not because he miscalculated risk, not because the market moved against him, because he decided that his judgment about how to use other people's money was more important than other people's right to their own money. Pause. I sentence you to 25 years in federal prison. 25 years. Sam was standing when the judge said it. He blinked once. His shoulders didn't move. His face didn't change. He was 32 years old. He will be 57 when he gets out, assuming good behavior. Behind him, his mother made a sound, not a gasp, not a sob, just air leaving her lungs all at once. Joe put his arm around her. Sam didn't turn around. The marshals came forward. Sam's lawyers asked for a moment. The judge allowed it. Sam turned to face his parents. Barbara stood up. Joe stood with her. They walked to the barrier separating the gallery from the defense table. Barbara reached across and pulled Sam into a hug. He was wearing handcuffs now. His hands couldn't reach around her. She held on anyway. 6 seconds. 7. 8. A marshal cleared his throat gently. Barbara let go. Her eyes were wet, but her voice was steady. "We love you," she said. Joe leaned in, whispered something directly into Sam's ear. Nobody else heard it. Sam nodded once. Then the marshals led him toward the side door. His parents watched him walk away. Barbara's hand went to her mouth. Joe stood perfectly still, one arm still around his wife, watching the door close behind his son. The courtroom emptied slowly. Barbara and Joe were the last to leave. The money, most of it, is still gone. FTX's bankruptcy proceedings have recovered some assets. Certain customers in certain jurisdictions have received partial repayments, but the bulk of the $8 billion that Alameda borrowed from FTX customer accounts was lost in bad trades, bad investments, and bad bets that Sam made with money that was never his. Michelle, the teacher from Ohio, received about 14 cents for every dollar she lost. $312,000 became $43,000. Her retirement is gone. She's 61 now, still working. Rafi, the student from Malaysia, received nothing. His jurisdiction wasn't covered by the initial repayment rounds. He's still paying off the $40,000 loan he took to invest through FTX. The loan he'll be paying until he's 37. David, the business owner from Canada, managed to cover his employees' paychecks that Friday by maxing out his personal credit cards. He sold his business 8 months later to pay off the debt. He works for someone else now. The cryptocurrency industry spent 2023 in crisis. FTX's collapse triggered investigations into other exchanges, other funds, other companies that had done business with Sam or operated on similar principles. Several major cryptocurrency companies collapsed within months. Trust hit historic lows. 12 months later, Bitcoin prices recovered, then surpassed their previous highs. New institutional investors entered. The U.S. government approved the first Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. The industry Sam devastated didn't die. It got regulated. New rules requiring cryptocurrency exchanges to prove they hold customer funds in separate accounts. New requirements for regular audits. New restrictions on the kind of related party transactions that had allowed Alameda to borrow from FTX without anyone noticing. The rules that should have existed before Sam started moving customer money. In his final statement before sentencing, Sam said something that nobody in that courtroom will forget. I made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. But I never stopped believing that I was doing the right thing for the people I was responsible to. Judge Kaplan let him finish, then responded, Mr. Bankman-Fried, that is precisely the problem. You never stopped believing your judgment was more important than anyone else's rights. That belief is what caused all of this. And that belief is what makes you dangerous. Sam Bankman-Fried grew up in a house where every dinner conversation was about ethics. His father teaches tax law and moral philosophy. Sam spent years telling anyone who would listen that he was going to give away everything he ever earned. That profit was just a tool for doing good, that the old financial system was corrupt and he was building something better. He believed all of it. Then, he stole $8 billion from the people who trusted him. Every person who has ever stolen something significant has told themselves a version of the same story. The rules are wrong. I know better. The ends justify the means. Sam dressed it up in mathematics, effective altruism, and a rumpled t-shirt. And $8 billion is still missing. Michelle is still working at 61. Rafi is still paying his loan. David sold his business and works for someone else now. Sam is in a federal prison in Brooklyn. He's probably doing math in his head right now. Probably still convinced that if people understood the full picture, they'd realize he was trying to help. The math was real. The altruism was real. The intentions were real. The theft was real too. And no amount of good intentions changes what Michelle sees when she checks her retirement account. Zero.